happy the day before Christmas to you. And I'm doing a bunch of work right now for myself on my goals. And so what I thought I would do is for myself and for anybody else that's watching, I would put together a quick video on how to get from WTF to hell yes. And that's about our goals and our outcomes for next year, right? Because we've all had outcomes and goals that were awesome. And we reached some and we didn't reach other ones. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. Why? What's the difference between the ones that I got to and the ones that I didn't? And I have one great mentor that might be in common with you guys, Tony Robbins, and he has a kind of step-by-step process for this. And I'm going to put my own kind of take on that process for what works for me for this little video, and I'll try to do it as short possible. So I think the first thing that we do to get from WTF to hell yes is to actually look at what the heck is hell yes and get it in front of us. So one of the things I'm doing for myself is I'm going to actually create a wall that is going to be either on a big screen, which I have right here, or a wall that has my vision of what hell yes is. Now, early on in my career, I had this vision of I was basically a loan officer, and I had a vision that I was gonna have this business, and it was gonna be on top of a building, and it was gonna be my company name at the top. And as soon as I figured out my company name, I actually had my mom paint me a picture with a building in a downtown area with the company name on top of it. And that was in the office all the time. And years later, it was really strange because it didn't come to true to that scale, but it came true in that I was the top of a building. It was the entire top of the building, and the company name was right on top of it. And so defining where you want to go and what we want in a way that's emotional and connected and we can look at it, I think that's step one. And then I think the next one is where are we now? Where are we? How far are we from goal? What are the gaps? What can we do in order to move forward toward the actual things we want to get to and create in our lives? And so from now on, when I do goals, I'm going to be looking at this as a much more structured process in that it's like, what do I want? Where am I? What's a plan? And that part of it is like, got to be short, because usually what happens is, for me, I create these plans and I'll start to get in my head and I'll start to think about it. And it's like that planning process takes so long that I think it needs to be like a 5-minute brainstorm. And once I put that 5 minutes in, it's like, okay, put it down on paper. What are the outcomes? What are the things? So sort of like with RPM product, if you're familiar with that, with the Tony Robbins, they have a different kind of goal setting that's created that we create an outcome and we move from there. And so that 5-minute brainstorm, instead of just thinking about it every day, is incredibly powerful. And it's going to be powerful for me because you guys are probably going to notice, over the ones of you that know me are going to notice, and there's a few areas of my life that are going to totally change over the next couple years. And it does take time. For me, it took me 5 years to get from where I wanted to go to where I was for the first time I really did this in intensely. And this is about to happen again. And so it's that quick goals. It's what you want, clearly defined in front of you, that you can keep revisiting. And then what's the brainstorm? And the brainstorm has got to be short, because frankly, all different ways are gonna show up to get there. So it's just like, what are the actions I can take right now? And then I think the last thing is before we think we're ready, it's just like, go like a crazy person. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just having fun with this, even with this video, is creating this thing. It took me 5-10 minutes to create. And I'm like, okay, what would it mean? What would it look like to just create a quick video with these steps on it and just do it, and not practice, not work on it for a long time, just do it and go. And that's what I've been doing with the live videos also, is creating just whatever the idea was, get consistent with taking the actions. is the key to it right now for me. So that's it. That's all my video is today. You can rewatch it or you can comment below if you see something you think I missed, because I probably did miss stuff because it was just a kind of a stream of consciousness with a piece of text. So enjoy, and until tomorrow, have a great day. And if you don't see my next post before Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you.